Hello, this is Angela Brooks, and today I want to talk about how to stay focused on the profit activities in your business. You know, social media in itself is super awesome, and it can also be a huge time suck for most of us. And I know that you are probably like me, and you have found yourself spending way too much time, possibly half the day, and you've generated minimal results. Or am I the only one that's ever happened to? If I'm guessing, I would say probably not. The best thing we can do, especially if you're building an online type business, is to automate, have a system so that you can leverage what you're doing. It's a must. I mean, it's just absolutely a must to have that in your business. You're in business because you want to thrive, and you don't want to sit around having conversations that go nowhere. I mean, it's all right to have conversations with people, but you would really like them to lead to a business conversation eventually. Everybody has different talents and skills, and so everybody's business looks different, and it should look different. People still need to use these same tools in order to grow and thrive online. Number one thing, I preach this every time I get the opportunity, which is pretty much every time my mouth opens, is an email list. When you shop online with a store, say Amazon, and they will ask for your name, your address, your phone number, your email when you place an order. They need a way to send you a receipt and to contact you if something happens to your order, if it's going to be delayed, or maybe they're out and they didn't know they were out. So once they have you on an email list, what they do is they'll send you coupons, or 20-30% off your next order, or they'll give you, say, Valentine's specials. Whatever holiday is close, they're going to have a special for you. And that's just to keep you updated what's going on with that company that you just made a purchase with. So now you're on their email list. And to keep you there, they're going to give you specials that they don't offer the general public who are not on that email list. And the cool thing about that is most of these places like Amazon, LL Bean, Land's End, all of these are big companies. But in your business, you should be doing the exact same thing. This is called a free resource, where you share to your audience, and it warms them up and gets them to engage with the benefits of whatever your product or service provides. And once they are on your email list, they get to know you better. And you now have people on your email list that have raised their hand and they said, yes, tell me more. They've given you permission. The most ultimate thing people can do is give you their phone number, your cell number to be able to be text, or their email address to where you can directly contact them. People guard those things, and they only give it to people that they want the information. So when you do this, it makes it like 10 times easier to make a sale. And there are pieces of software that I've got listed over on my blog, angelabrook.com, for free email services. And that, as it grows with your business, of course, then you'll have to start paying for how big your email list. But up to a certain point, I want to say like 500, maybe 250, it's free. So there's zero excuse that you have other than, I don't know how to do that. It's something else you have to learn. Absolutely. We've all had to learn. And so you're no exception to the rule. If you don't know how, you've got YouTube. It will absolutely show you how to do anything. And so you really don't have an excuse when you say, I don't know how, because there is a way for you to learn how to do that. When you're online doing a business, the lead that you have freebies that you give away in your email list to get them to lean in to see more about you and your offer. That freebie adds them to your follow-up system, which is your email list is a follow-up system. You can go in and have an email that goes out once a week, every 2 weeks, which I would not go too much farther than 3 weeks. because by the time you hit 3 weeks, people forget they signed up for your list. So if you're not in front of them often talking to them, they forget who you are. And so you can have that part set up automatically. And I have some of my freebie email lists that follow people for up to 6 months. Not all of them, but most of them go quite a few ways out so that we stay in touch. And on the very last email, I give them another offer. I show them something else that they may be interested in. If you're still on this email list, you might like this. And so you send them what they've already asked for, and you're giving them the answers to the problems that they were already trying to figure out. Be the person that has the answer. So the next thing people says, great, I have an email list. Where are my leads? Pick one platform and get really, really good at connecting with people. Ask really good questions and just be a good human. Every human being that has a breath should not be handing you their Visa card. Not everybody that you have a conversation with wants to be in a business nor buy a product. However, depending on your conversation, they may know someone that could use exactly what you offer. You know, I've had people who purchased my book, The Nurse's Voice, that I wrote back in 2011, that wasn't even in the medical field or even in the nursing industry, but they knew someone that they thought would enjoy reading the book. So they bought it for their friend. There's a process to using online sites, and you have to show up so people can see you, and engage and have conversation with a real person. You know, some people in our industry, it happens everywhere, not just our industry in the network marketing space, is people think they get too big or too important to respond to messages. Now, I get it. The more you're out there, the more messages that come flooding into your message box. But you know, I have a lot of big leaders in our industry that will respond back to a message when you send it. It may take them 24 or 48 hours, but they respond. That sets you apart from the ones who get too big and they don't find that their followers or their fan base is that important anymore. So, you know, there's just a process of being a good human that you never outgrow. I don't care who you are. So here's three things that I want you to write down if you're taking notes at all. Using social media sites, you pick one, whatever it is, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Warm up the algorithm 5 or 10 minutes before you make your own post. Warming up the algorithm means liking other people. Don't just like their post, give them the love button. And don't just give them the love button, but actually write a sentence. You know, comment on somebody's post where you're actually having a little mini conversation. Then, after you've done that with 5 or 10 people, then you go make your social media post. And the algorithm is just like warming up your car in the wintertime. You let it get warm so that it sees you, and then it will show your stuff to other people, especially the people you just commented on. They're more likely to come over to your page and check you out. So engage, like, and comment on every post that comes to your page. If somebody comes to your page and they leave a comment but you don't respond or you give them a little thumbs up, they're like, oh, well, there's just really no reason to have a conversation over here because they're not going to talk to me. I don't personally like the thumbs. It's like flipping me a bird. I don't like it. Everybody has their own thing. But you know, there's just easy, simple steps that you can get done in less than 30 minutes a day. And as long as you don't get caught up in the scroll, which is easy to do, when somebody comments on your post, that doesn't mean they're going to be a customer. It just means it's someone to have a conversation with. You don't know where a simple conversation can take you. And you truly don't want to have everyone in your customer base, but connect to see what they're up to. Sometimes conversations can change into business pretty fast, and others may take time. And we call those touch points. You know, every morning I get up and I send everybody on Facebook, gives me a notice that so and so's having a birthday today. I send them a private message. It's just a touch point that I recognize they're having a special day. And, you know, find your own system, but you've got to have a system. Get a notebook if you're a pen and paper kind of person. Set up a Google Sheet where you can have different tabs for different platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, and keep up with the people that you have conversations with, and use your gut instinct. Is that somebody I would want to do business with? Is that somebody that I kind of feel like is on the edge of doing business? Otherwise, don't put them on that sheet. Everybody doesn't go on your conversation sheet, only the ones where business was mentioned and there's a potential. And if you've had a conversation with another human, you can pretty much fill out if somebody is a potential or not. So you've got to find your own system. Right now, I have a free download. It's called 17 Copy and Paste Social Media Scripts, designed to build rapport and sign up your ideal clients. It is a free giveaway that I have. You can find that over on angelabrook.com. And I'll also post it in the description of this podcast. You can find it on the blog. The name of that blog post is Stay Focused on the Profit Activities in Your Business, if you'd like to reach out and grab that freebie. It is 17 copy. I mean, you can literally copy and paste it as your own, but I highly suggest you take that as a sample of what you need to say, not use it word for word. Use your own verbiage, use your own swagger into your messages, and that will just kind of guide you. So if you would like to grab a copy of that, I think you'll find it very helpful. And you can get designed, designed for your style of business, whether you're kind of quirky, whether you're kind of funny, do that in your style, because that is what sets you apart. There's just certain things you need in place to actually make a business work. That's your email list, your online source of communication, whether it's a blog, a podcast, any kind of piece of software that is going to communicate with other people is part of your communication source. And you have to stay in front of people, especially new people. New blood is what brings in new business. So daily, be having conversations. It all starts with a touch point of a hello. So don't overthink this. Don't make it hard. Results rarely happen overnight, no matter what you read on Google, or, some people, I don't never have understood it, but it's just a process for everyone. And if people are really being honest, they're going to tell you that. And if somebody says that this all happened for them overnight or in 6 weeks, they're lying to you. They're straight up not being honest. Just know there was something that took place before that success happened overnight. Maybe they were 10 years in the making of having just conversations and building an email list, and all of a sudden they found an Angela Brooks that added to their business and they just blew up. That may have happened overnight, but not the results that got them there. So keep that in mind. Keep working. Just put your system in place. And you've got to have a system. You have to stay in touch with each and every person you meet personally as you grow. And if you're not on my email list, you want to be on Angela Brook, without the S, ANGELABROOK.com/connect, so that you can get on that email list. I've tested many systems from free to expensive. And this year, I was like bombarded. I was like overwhelmed doing things that I didn't enjoy doing. And I'm like, why am I doing this? So I immediately hired somebody to do the thing that I needed to do as I was working on a project. Can you pull this together for me? Absolutely. It cost me $400, but I did the part that I enjoyed. I handed it to somebody who loves designing pages. I just want to do what I enjoy doing, and it works better that way for you, for me, for everybody. I got caught up in the whirlwind of all the fancy systems. I was paying way too much money to get the same results. And I have a power pack system in place. The tools are exactly what you need. And there's always someone to help you when you get stuck. And, in this training system, there is a fresh up-to-date training inside so you never have to go hunting for what works or what doesn't work, or have to figure it out on your own. I have 3 systems in place. It's an email list. It's my blog, which is attached to a software system so that everything that I do is on my blog. I'm not on anybody else's system anymore. That was quite a move for me because I had spread myself so thin into Kajabi and ClickFunnels and all these different places. It's now on my blog and it feels so good to be home. And then I have a CRM training system where you just need somebody sometime to ask a question to and learn how to pull all these things together to make your business work. And without powerful instructions on the inside, you're going to make tons of mistakes. But if you have somebody to ask a question to, they don't have to be long-term mistakes. So you can only grow as big as your environment will allow you to grow, just so that you know that. And I want to be able to give you an attraction marketing blueprint. It's going to cost you $1. You download it, it's yours. Plus, it comes with a free training so that it kind of goes over the blueprint. And you can write this down so that you can run and grab this. It's very much worth $1. It's Angela Brook, BROOK.com/bundle. That's AngelaBrook.com/bundle, BUNDLE. This is a free resource for you. This is something that may trigger exactly what you're looking for in attraction marketing in a blueprint. You can download this, keep it on your desk, check the sheets off so that you've completed what you need to set up. And I hope you take advantage of the information. This is exactly what I did to build my business to the first 6 figures. You got to hold yourself accountable. That's the hardest part, right? And I mean, focusing on the activities until you see results. You just don't quit. You keep doing the activities until all of a sudden there you are. So if you got value out of today's podcast, I hope that you will share it. I hope you'll run over and grab the angelabrook.com/bundle. And if you want to pick up some of the other freebies on the article that I am referring to, you can go to the blog, angelabrook.com. Stay focused on the profit activities in your business. And I think you'll find those resources very helpful as well. So this is Angela Brooks, and I will see you on the next podcast.